Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We did pretty well on yesterday's daily. 219th. I saw on Greed, but we were like within the top 1%, which is pretty nice. That's about my benchmark for like a pretty decent run. Mathis told me on Skype yesterday that he died against the Headless Horseman, and I was like, you know what? We may be adversaries, but I feel for you. That was not an easy start to the daily. It really just kind of, it peaked on like the depths 1, and you just kind of sustained it from there. But if you didn't make it that far, I understand. Today's daily, it looks like we go to Satan as Eve. I don't like Eve's, like, come hither face with her hands on the back of her head. I think we'll take this. Pupilla Duplex. I don't know if it's an incredible item necessarily, but it does widen our shots. I like having a higher hitbox, I guess. And I guess above all else, I don't think it's like bad enough to warrant re-rolling. It seems like it might give you a tiers upgrade, or maybe I just did a run recently as like a character with very, very poor stats, so I'm easily impressed right now. Now the Razor, as many people have told me, actually does give you, I should say it takes red hearts first. I think that's something that is new-ish. Like, it's hard for me to say because I pretty much just, like, as of, a year into regular Rebirth, or Wrath of the Lamb Rebirth, probably basically never touched the Razor Blade, so it's possible that I'm mistaken about this, but I think that that's, like, a relatively, within the past, like, within Afterbirth's lifespan, I should say, recent change. Maybe even within Afterbirth's lifespan, to be honest with you. It's a necessary change to make it a worthwhile item. I'm very, pro making the Razor a half-decent item, but it's not, I don't think that's the way it's been forever. I'm still running on, like, old standards here. So I did trade a bomb for a key. It actually wasn't as easy of a choice as you might expect, because as much as I do want to, have a key, so... Oh my god, that was bad. I saw it coming, I even said, oh, before I moved, but as much as I want to have a key so I can go to the arcade on the next floor, would love a bomb for that as well. I also want to be able to go to our shop, pick up a Spirit Heart, like use the Razor Blade, buy a Spirit Heart. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on this room. It's quite tiny. I'm very lucky that Famine has deemed appropriate to go to the absolute other side of the map here. Makes my life a lot easier. Although I do wish that, he could find it in his heart to not spawn flies directly right next to where I'm standing. Thank you, and there we go, okay. To be fair, there's not that much room on this map apart from directly where I'm standing. But yeah, if we had a bomb and a key, we could try to finagle a Spirit Heart out of our shop, although I can't blow up a donation machine or anything like that, so I guess it's kind of all for naught. We'll just live without Whore of Babylon for now and head down to the next floor. Unfortunately. Curse of the Blind is, it's like the worst floor to get Curse of the Blind because you definitely want to know what you're picking up from a deal with the devil here, but we'll own it. For now, we don't really have any other options. Kind of a decent room to drop a bomb on, but not my first bomb. That is, that's like a second or third bomb. After you find a tinted rock and maybe a secret room, then you drop a bomb there and are content with your situation. We might as well take that red heart for now. The Razor Blade, I think it only takes half of a heart, but we might get points when we use it. Even though it may hurt us when we use it, we might get points when we use it as well that compensate for it, so I don't know. For now, it just gives us a little bit more survival, which does seem appropriate. I'm not actually very confident that we're going to get the deal with the devil on this floor. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I figured that something like that had a decent chance to happen. We could still get the deal with the devil, but I'm mostly just concerned about survival. The truth of the matter... Oh, come on. 2 fistulas in 2 days here? The thing about Whore of Babylon is that you don't really need... necessarily at least, a deal with the devil on the second floor, because you get such a nice damage bonus from Whore of Babylon itself. Didn't mean to pop that, actually. It's a very risky situation. The fistula parts do 1 full heart of damage, so I'm really trying to make sure that we take those out. When we get when we get Silkworms, though, I'm trying to make sure... Whoa, that was a dangerous kind of bend there. I'm trying to make sure the Silkworms go down so I don't have to worry about them as I'm dodging the fistula parts. We did okay, though. We did get a deal with the devil as well. We also picked up HP in the interim period. I want to see if maybe there's a red heart from one of these things. Otherwise, I can only take one. I'm going to take the one on the... Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take the one on the right. Guppy's collar. Now I'm going to take the one on the left. But I should pick up the spirit heart first. Otherwise, I could accidentally kill myself if I walk on the spikes, then pick it up. Cambion Conception. Absolutely okay with both of these items. Also puts us in the permanent Whore of Babylon state. Whew, a little bit of a stressful floor. We probably didn't deserve that deal with the devil, but we got a pretty nice benefit out of it, and I think it sets us up relatively well to play the rest of the game. So we should try. Okay, that was very bad, but I have a good reason for it. I was thinking, well, with my razor blade, if I only take half of a heart... Oh, that's so good, too, even though it fucks up Super Bandage. I was thinking I could farm Cambion Conception with the razor blade. That was really disappointing. Like, if I take one heart away from it, not only does it put me back in the Whore of Babylon state, but also, it does damage to me that I'm sure must count for Cambion Conception. So I'm pretty stoked to have the opportunity to maybe get a lot of awesome familiars out of that. To be honest, we don't really need too much in order to be able to... guarantee ourselves the win. Well, at least give ourselves a good chance at the win. In terms of familiars, we probably just need like a Little Brimstone, a Incubus, a Dark Bum, you know, something like that. And then we're, I wouldn't say necessarily completely set, but in a pretty great position moving forward. I think that this floor has done some really surprisingly awesome stuff for us that, you know, for a while, especially on that Fistula fight, looked a little dire. But now it's, there's no problems whatsoever. We even have an orbital for when I'm not super impressed with my own shots. Which is all the time. Even if I had Mom's knife, I'd still be using an orbital from time to time like an idiot. Yeah, okay, definitely do not stand there. I don't know, my brain got shattered there for a little bit. I don't understand. I guess Papula Duplex has given us like a weird Ouija board type thing, like a weird Spectral Tears aspect to this that I hadn't considered before. We're good, we're good, we're good. I didn't know Papula Duplex actually did this, and I hate it for it, but that's fine. We should pop it so we can get in the Whore of Babylon state right away. I'd rather just have the Whore of Babylon state when we walk into a room as opposed to trying to, like, you know, make it work later. Excuse me. How can your fly block every single one of those shots? It just doesn't make any darn sense. I'm imagining our damage penalty, by the way, is probably going to be pretty high on this run. I'm not concerning myself with that too much, as you can probably guess. More important, in my opinion, is just make sure that we're comfortable enough with the win, and then we can worry about the min-maxy type stuff. For now, not necessarily that relevant to my interests. Okay, good stuff. We also need to worry about getting into boss rush. This is the first time in a long time that I've, well, except we did have Mega Blast on the last run, but apart from, like, that one pickup, our last run looked like shit for boss rush, and then it just ended up working out completely fine as a result of that, you know, major key at the end. What we'll be looking for here is really just speed, because we're already doing pretty well. We have no keys, so we can't really go for that. A lot of key demand coming up here. Item room and shop. Item room, you know, a must visit if you have a key. Shop. If we had a little bit more money, I'd be all over it. But for now, it's not necessary. I don't think the tower card is gonna, you know, snag a key out of that little path there. So I don't think that's a big deal. Okay, bad damage. That's damage I'd like to prevent. But at least we did get a spirit heart out of this room anyway. Still going pretty well. I think this, you know, this run is largely going to depend on whether or not you got that deal with the devil on the second floor, or whether or not you felt it was appropriate to get it because it was Curse of the Blind, you know, 2 deals. But a lot of people were probably unable to get it just on, like, mathematical health reasons. And then the other thing will be whether or not you managed to have enough HP to live after that. Like, maybe if you took Super Bandage prior to that deal with the devil, it would have messed you up a little. I think it would have been the same thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel like I'm in, like, a slow descent right now. Like, it feels like we're doing pretty well. Which is because we are, probably. Another tower card, for real? We may end up having to skip the item room on this floor. It wouldn't be the first time, and it wouldn't be the worst time, but I would prefer not to if we don't have to. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know, maybe we can actually get a double trouble boss room. Those are like a little rarer, I feel like, in Afterbirth, but we'll check it out. I also feel like maybe we can get into our item room via the secret room, so I'd love to give that a shot. Oh, never mind. We also have, well, not never mind, but we do also have a key, so we might be able to get into our item room regardless. And what we will do, actually, is go to our shop instead. Yeah. We got 21 cents. I think this makes more sense. Come in here. We'll buy a key. Pandora's box is pretty good right now, so let's pop it and see what we get. We get HP, which might seem bad, but of course we can then just use the razor blade. And we get marked. That's not takeable, in my opinion. We've had it on some recent runs. I don't think marked is good enough to give it a chance. So I'm still trying to get Cambion Conception working, and honestly, we gotta be pretty close at this point. The Pandora's box pickup is at least good. At least we got the TNT there. It's at least good for the opportunity for it to give us, Dark Bum. Or sorry, not that I was thinking of Cambion Conception. It's at least good for us to get the chance to get more deals with the devil at like the same price, basically. Yeah, pin's got to be going down soon. That HP is going to be a little bit deceptive. I imagine Mega Fatty is probably going to live for quite some time still. It's not like our damage is really that amazing. And also, we can't really find it appropriate to get in there and, you know, hit him up with the cube of meat or the ball of bandages. It's just a little too risky. This is not even an XL floor, so we actually are going to be behind schedule. I've been finding that happening a lot lately, but we're going to be a little bit behind schedule for killing Mega Fatty. We're also not going to have a chance at an arcade, which is a little disappointing. At worst, it's a little disappointing, but no deal with the devil. Shot speed up is okay, and our card is the tower, because apparently that's the only card you can get on today's daily. Alright, Coffee, hit the bloodstream. Here we go. Maybe, I mean, this is a good room to use a tower card on if you could snag a pill out of it or something like that. Unfortunately, of course, that is not what happened. We get nothing. Also get no pills out of that one. At this point, you know, it's probably just variance, but you're like, is Eve's luck stat just hot garbage? You gotta get something out of these. Thank you for not being bad trip, at least. You know, again, we've gleaned some information from it. This is a wild room. I want, like, all of these, basically. Again, I'm hoping that the Razor actually does trigger Cambion Conception. Yeah, I think it does, because we just got Demon Baby, so that's not the best pickup from Cambion Conception, but we do have a Demon Baby that basically we paid nothing for. Now we have a little Gish as well, so obviously the BFF strategy is coming up here. I can't really use... Does Razor Blade give you more damage for the floor or just for the room? I thought it was just for the room, but now I'm looking at this and I'm saying, like, our damage appears to be a little bit better. Either way, BFF strategy is coming up a little bit. Demon Baby's not bad. It's usually worth getting, like, for a deal with the devil price. It's usually 1 hearth, so... normally, I wouldn't say I'd be all over it, but if I didn't have any other options, I'd be like, sure, Demon Baby seems like a decent choice, except in the most extreme circumstances. One makes you larger is pretty bad, but flat penny's definitely worth taking. I'm going to ignore the penny back there because I don't trust it, and I do want to keep my spirit hearts here. Maybe an optical illusion. One makes you larger, making my shots look different or something, and confusing me. Or maybe we do get a damage bonus for the whole floor, like Bloody Lust style. I don't know. Doesn't matter too much for right now. We're still outpacing the game. We're not going to find a boss fight probably more difficult than the one we just had on our last floor. Ideally, we just fight the Hollow or the Hush or something like that, and, you know, life's easy for us. Easy-ish, at least. We also have a really good chance of getting a deal with the devil on this floor, and that could be where this run gets busted wide open. Okay. Well, okay, it is the husk. Almost as easy as you could possibly hope for. I don't mind using our last bomb to make the fight go a little faster as long as we actually hit, and we did. And then we have been to our item room. We're not going to our shop. We got some extra keys, and our deal with the devil is not Krampus. I think we'll take the Pact and stick with the Razor because we need that to stay in the Whore of Babylon state. I'm really realizing that the Razor pretty much mitigates all need to try to finagle an IV bag out of the run as Eve, which makes Eve a much, much better character. I'm sorry I disrespected the Razor earlier. We're really cooking right now. The Pact is only like an A- B+ item, but I say only being a little bit facetious because that's still really good. And definitely like a huge boost to our ability to actually deal damage right now. So we will be looking to do boss rush, and honestly, with the world card and being on an XL floor, usually that's going to save you a couple minutes, you know, bare minimum. So in a weird way, getting that world card when we did probably also gives us a great chance at fighting the Hush, which is, of course, what you need to do if you want to have the best possible score. Quad shot. Okay, yeah, we'll spend a key to pick up quad shot. Not everybody's favorite item necessarily, but it's up there for me. And you know what? I actually, with Flat Penny, I feel pretty comfortable using 2 keys to open a golden chest. And weirdly enough, for once, we're going to hope it's not an item. I know that sounds strange. We're going to hope it's money. Yeah, money, bombs, keys. Beautiful. Okay, that worked out very nicely. We got Broken Magnet, which we don't care about. And this. Okay. This is where this run starts to be broken wide open. I talked to some people about yesterday's daily, and apparently it wasn't Missing No, but Undefined. Undefined showed up on yesterday's daily, I think it was. Or maybe, sorry, that was 2 dailies ago. My bad. And that was the secret, because it allowed you to avoid dunce cap somehow. So that is what I missed out on that one. I forget what I stuck with instead. It was like the shovel or something, or like Dead Sea Scrolls, because it could give us the shovel. Apparently that ended up being a bad decision, but again, as I always say, that's what makes Isaac so exciting, is the idea that, you know, those, or it's one of the things that makes Isaac so fun, at least, is that, you know, one of those, like, super unlikely situations can totally work out for you. 2 of diamonds. Probably just gonna pop it real soon. We have a lot of time. I feel like we probably should, you know, take the extra effort to come down here. If we're shooting for, points instead of time, we might as well make it the extra effort to give it our all, you know, rather than finish kind of weakly in every category. Not that this is a weak run by any means right now. Again, I'm just hoping that my damage bonus doesn't preclude me from having a better chance of getting a good rank here. I think we've played pretty well. There have been a couple times I've taken damage I'm not proud of, but, you know, a couple times out of, you know, the entire scope of a run, that's not bad. Alright, where the heck is our shop? I can't see it on the map. Am I losing my mind? Oh, you know what? We don't have the compass. No, we use the world card. Where the heck is our shop? Another Eternal Heart. It means we won't be able to use the Razor, but that's okay. I'm very confused. There has to be... Oh, there it is. It was just... Oh, it's covered up completely by the Super Bandage sprite. Okay, you ready? Look at where Super Bandage is. Keep your eyes there. Relative to the rest of the map. There it is. Okay, well, I mean, it's good that it's there. I was very confused for a minute. I also sympathize with the, you know, whoever did the UI on Afterbirth, because people keep asking for more and more shit on the screen, myself included, and I really like the timer. The score is, you know, largely irrelevant outside of dailies, but I do really like the timer. Definitely should have hit the other one for multiple reasons, but you know, some things are going to overlap from time to time. Keys, please, thank you, and another Spirit Heart, and we got our bomb back, so I don't feel too bad about the waste there. And Mini Mush, sure, Mini Mush is probably worth picking up. Extra speed upgrade never hurts. Gives us extra tier height. Still don't know if that's worth anything at all. Sorry, Demon Judgment. If I hadn't picked up that Eternal Heart, we could have played you, but instead, you played yourself. Now, in our shop, we're going to have quite a lot of purchasing power. We may also have a greed fight. Plenty of time, by the way, before the before we run into problems with, you know, worrying about boss rush. Thankfully, we did not accidentally hit the, oh yeah, we'll take those options for a couple floors. Thankfully, we did not accidentally hit, the rainbow poop, which would have been bad for, like, 2 floors, but honestly, the Eternal Heart might actually be worse than being able to get, like, Cambion Conception to pay out with something thanks to that second secret room, so I got some thinking to do. We might just want to go for it, honestly. We'll definitely take meat. I mean, out of those 2 options, it's the best. And then, does it take my Eternal Heart? Totally does. So we're going to try to make Cambion Conception work for us here. Come on. You know you want to give me a little bit of extra familiar love here. Maybe not? Okay, well, we have, again, some more time. Shoot this. I totally did not... Oh, we got Incubus. Okay, time to go. We totally did not use 2 of Diamonds either. Not an enormous problem, but pretty stupid. So the Incubus pickup... I think there's a case to be made for Incubus being one of the best familiars in the game. Possibly the best familiar, but, you know, that's a... It's in surprisingly tough company there, you know? You got Dark Bum, you got little Brimstone. Bumbo, I guess, if you can get it to max level relatively easily. We'll definitely take the Polaroid. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Okay, we're good. Big fan. Isaac's Jar of Tears. Kidney Stone is probably our consensus choice right now. Yeah, probably Kidney Stone. It's gonna hurt, but that's okay. At least we didn't get hit twice by it. Okay, we are, I wouldn't say we're in an easy position on this boss rush. It's also a bit of a tighter floor, so it's not as easy for us to, you know, move around here. And I've taken a lot of damage right off the bat. What we're hoping for is some enemies that can drop red hearts. I could use those with the Razor Blade, or I could just pick it up and be, like, content. First wave done. We do want to finish this in time for us to actually have a chance to fight Hush, so, you know, there's a little bit of danger there. Oh, there's Kidney Stone working out pretty nicely for us. I do think that we're very strong. That should serve us well as we get moving here. Like, this should be a fairly easy Satan victory. I don't think there's many questions about that. Kidney Stone's working. Use it to pretty much destroy that angel statue single-handedly. Although we learned, was it last run? We learned that new meta for, like, leaving the gate alive so that it just destroys the angel statue by itself. It should be a relatively easy wave. Hoping for a little Kidney Stone action, maybe. Good. Oh, here's Kidney Stone. Pretty much destroyed both waves super quickly. I like that. Okay. It's like a super weak Mega Blast. I gotta get over that initial high of Mega Blast, man. I remember it too fondly. I'm always gonna be chasing the white dragon. I think that's heroin? I don't know. I'm not that familiar with most of drug culture. No, we could one-hit Mega Fatty, but he's already basically dead. There we go. Now we wait for the Kidney Stone. And I'm very sorry about this little Chad. And I'm very sorry about this regular-sized Dingle. But if that Dingle was at the movie theater, it'd be a small, I don't know. DAE movie theater stuff is expensive. I'll see myself out. I think thanks to Kidney Stone, we are getting a little bit of extra, you know, speed on this run right now. I mean, not like the stat of speed, but rather the ability to clear rooms quickly. Maybe we're better off not killing Mega Maw because of the fact that he could possibly hit the Haunt and mess him up pretty good, but we also killed the Haunt and messed him up pretty good, in my estimation. 6 bombs could allow us to hit Carrion Queen, and it did. No more red poops. We want, like, that's our new goal, is as few red poops as possible. Ragman killed without firing a shot. Extremely positive for us. Kidney Stone kills the Forsaken instantly. Still several more waves to go. And again, as I always talk about on these boss rushes, it's more about the the Hush fight at this point than it is about Boss Rush. Of course, I would love to snag an awesome item, and mostly, like, if I could say anything positive about Boss Rush right now, it's that I stopped playing so badly. Like, for the first part of this, I was playing real terribly. But I think we pretty much... Oh, that was bad. Apart from that mistake right there, we pretty much pulled ourselves out of the weeds. Done? Done. Abel or Runebag? That's a tough choice. Sorry, Abel. I didn't mean to be, you know, get a laugh at your expense. One. Okay. I'll admit, that's a scary situation to be in. We took damage against... Oh, we took damage against a couple enemies I definitely should not take damage against. Please do not die right now. Kidney stone's ready to go. Red hearts. Oh, a rune. Perthrow rune. 2 of diamonds does nothing for us. We might as well hold Perthrow. Okay. Be cool, Northern Lion. You've been in this situation many times before. You know the deal. And so do I. The desperate times call for desperate measures to an extent. Teleporting enemies can suck on my balls. Still looking for polyps to give us a little extra HP. Honestly, for right now, I don't think the situation is as dire as it looks. That helps out a lot. That is not so bad, but I wish that it weren't what it was. This feels like a secret room that could also give us red hearts. So, for right now, absolutely we just hold this red heart and enjoy it. And, you know, caress it and tell it we love it every single day. Some of these shots can sneak through, so we have to be careful about that. Plenty of money. Get a blank rune. Gave us Dagaz, I think. Now, you know, what I'm thinking is that we could potentially pop the Razor Blade right here, get a little bit of a damage bonus, and also, oh, that was dangerous. And also still have the Spirit Heart protection, but I don't think we should risk that. Oh, okay. Especially not now that I walked over a creep from an enemy that had been dead for about, you know, 85 seconds. Still, we are on pace to... This is not an XL floor now. We are on pace to be able to do Hush. And I'm still thinking about Hush. I'm still thinking about the future. Still thinking about my doorbell, when you're gonna ring it, when you're gonna ring it. Relax is not so bad. Could actually give us a red heart. Not that we need a red heart at this point. Actually, that doesn't do too much for us. I will admit, getting a little anxious about our Hush chances. Visible enemy? No. Learning a lot about pills here. Pretty Fly is a good one. This is not our boss fights. It's okay, it's okay. Pepper Ann, much too cool for 7th grade, etc., etc. It was just in the same tune. We can make this happen. There we go. We were closer than I thought. Do I have... Oh, I do have Kidney Stone ready right off the bat, and I completely squandered it. We totally could have killed Triachnid before it could even do anything. And we're done, and we're done, and we're done, and we're done, we're done. Okay, I think we take Blue Cap. And then, oh my god, we could take another Incubus. But do we want to take another Incubus, or do we want to take the Guppy item? I think we want to take the Guppy item. Okay, a little scary. And then Perthrow these other two, and then we became Guppy. Now you can also get Maw of the Void. Maw of the Void not only gives you the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that thing right there, but it also gives you a +1 damage upgrade. So this is actually like a really big pickup for us. Oh my god. Imperium Flag's trying to coordinate this Dota game. This guy. Hey man, I'm not the one who skipped a whole day with no notice. Also though, I will be like 5 minutes late. Okay. Minimize. Back in. We are Guppy now. This is big. The Awaz rune. Oh, no. Okay, there was no problem with using the Awaz rune there. It might seem like there was. But there's no problem with using the Awaz rune there because it couldn't have taken us down to the to the dark room anyway. The only way we're getting past this now is using a self-sacrifice room, which is actually plausible because we could generate a lot of hearts here. But mostly this is like, I mean, we're looking at this situation and we're like, we're set for flies and for damage and possibly for HP as long as we can keep, you know, a track record like that running. Hagalaz rune is pretty much hot trash right now. Somehow didn't get hit there. Oh, this is lovely. Actually, a really good time for a black heart. Doesn't bother me at all. This is a room I don't think I've seen before. It's a lovely one. Pretty huge fan of it right now. Somehow we avoided all temptation of disaster. It looks like it's up and to the right up here. We can fly. I don't know why I was so worried about that. That reroll on that devil room was extremely clutch. Awaz. I guess we'll hold it. I mean, we could use Awaz here, but we don't have Dark Bomb or anything like that, so it's not like it grants us too much value. Again, not going to worry too much about keys. Going to try to get a little bit of a move on here. We have enough keys to get what we want from the Hush fight. We probably should worry about bombs a little bit. Burkano rune. Runebag is just that we're clearing rooms so fast that Runebag seems like it is working like amazingly well. Seems like it's working like more often than usual, but I might be mistaken. Okay, here we go. Definitely gonna make the Hush fight. There's a small risk that we might not live through the Hush fight. That doesn't really hurt or help. So Awaz, as far as I know, Awaz on Hush does nothing. At best, it would take us down to the next, down to the shoal floor, I think. So that's not really that big of a deal. Let's head down. This has the potential to be a pretty high-ranking daily now, I think, if we play our cards right and actually, you know, snag a win. Fate's Reward is just okay. Here's one reason why I wasn't too worried about keys. Jar of Flies is pretty good, actually. We'll take Fanny Pack, though, because we already have a pretty reliable fly generator, and Guppy's Head's pretty good. Daddy Longlegs or Piercing Shots? I think we'll take Piercing Shots. I don't think we have any form of Piercing Shot yet. And then... Man, this is a tough one. I guess we can still take the Halo. It ruins permanent Polaroid invincibility, but it doesn't ruin Whore of Babylon. Prayer card was basically Halo minus the extra damage bonus, so might as well take what we got here. Alright, first phase of Hush is dead. We're hoping for some really clutch kidney stone shots, hoping to get Incubus just, you know, way over the top here. Last time I fought Hush, I think I had the stopwatch, so it's going to be a little bit of a rude awakening, maybe. But with Maw of the Void, we should be able to, you know, farm up some of the enemies for HP. Kidney Stone is going to pop, and that was fairly considerable, even though he went down at, like, the world's worst possible moment for us. Great time for Maw of the Void to do something. Unfortunately, it did nothing, but I believe that in the future it will change its tune a little bit. Stay good, stay good. We're like 60% left on the fight. There's great kidney stone play right there. His armor was so high, we didn't really get too much out of it, but... Okay, look in the other direction. Maw of the Void does nothing! And nothing there either. Okay, we tried. We're not really in that dangerous of a position right now as is. The problem with this is that I can't really get in there to land... the flies, because they won't aggro on something that's so far away. We have Kidney Stone ready to go, though. There it goes. Actually, a pretty nice amount of damage. Good fly generation. Still no black cards there. Real problem, considering I just got hit. Okay, maybe stand still for now. We're not getting hit. Not right here, anyway. More continuum shots. I wish I hadn't dodged over here, I'll tell you that much. Somehow we made it. Okay, at least there's no more continuum shots in our near future. Oh my lord, what a waste of a kidney stone. In my defense, I was like, he just popped up. This is probably like the best time possible to take a crack at him. He clearly disagreed. Come on, come on, kidney stone. Kidney stone! Kidney stone's ready. There we go. Good damage. And if he keeps doing continuum shots, this will probably be the death of him. Just don't lose focus or hope. We're safe. There we go. Okay, nothing else warranted on this floor. Let's go down to what is probably going to be our last floor. Unless... like, apparently popping the AWAS rune also broke our kidney stone. I gotta talk to some doctors. Urologists hate him! Probably not, though. I think the urologists would be pretty pleased. If just by popping a tarot card, they could, you know, avoid doing whatever they do to, you know, make kidney stones go away, which I think most of the time is just let your patients pass it or blast it with, like, some concussive force or something like that. Look, I'm not a doctor. That's probably clear by my actions and diction. But statistically, maybe one of the people watching this out there is, or is en route to become a doctor. Hey, kudos to you. You know what I'm looking at right now. Of course you know what I'm looking at right now. What I'm looking at right now is the opportunity for us to possibly play the self-sacrifice room enough to fight Mega Satan. How would one do this? Well, we could just beat Satan first. Try to farm up as many black hearts as is necessary. Well, that's not a good start. Maybe we'll just focus on beating Satan first. Because I'm a little low on HP. And then we'll try to farm up the rest of the floor for what we need. I don't think we're going to be able to make it happen. But I looked at Greedbutt before this run and I was like, okay, there's some scores in like the high 40,000s. How do they do that? This is how they do it. It's Friday night. Feel alright. The party's here on the west side. Hey. What we need is, well, basically just a couple of black hearts to drop. Then we Yara, and we can actually Yara again and make it happen, maybe. Right now, I'm not too pleased with the way it's working out. Come on. I mean, part of the problem is that these flies make it tough to hit, but... we're not killing anything on this room. Flies will get it all. Oh, if only we had Dark Bum, man. Nothing, and I actually got hit and may not respawn. So, probably at this point, as much as I hate to admit it, we're pretty much just due to end the floor. What I will do is try to find a secret room. Not gonna look too much, but give it a shot. Okay. Second secret room is potentially more valuable. I don't even know if it can be in one of these thin rooms. Seems like it's automatically disqualified. Could be over here. No, okay. I'm gonna leave, and I'm leaving knowing full well that there was a chance to get something better happening here, but we did what we could. It's still gonna be like top 1,000, I think. So, okay, 74th. That's a surprise. It is, I guess, a little early on today's run, but let me check Greedbutt and see where the heck that ranks, because that's kind of ridiculous. We are... That's like top... Oh, it's not committed yet. Maybe I have to, like, close the game. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.